Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah. Salatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. Inshallah, today we shall review this section 3.4 in chapter 3, section 4, basically. And this section is like this. Okay, so we previously talked about ism mansub, the relative adjective, and then we talked about ism tasghir, the diminutive noun, and then al-ma'rifa wa nakira. And this is what we're talking about today. Ism muzakkar mu'annas, the masculine and feminine nouns. How do you recognize a noun to be masculine? How do you recognize it to be a feminine? So that's what we're going to talk about today, inshallah. Okay. So here we go. So الاسم مذكر مؤنث, masculine and feminine noun. So ism, part of this I think is like helps to handwriting, just learning stuff, is just to write the stuff. So here is okay, ismu, ismu al-mudhakkar muzakkaru, ismu mudhakkar. Okay, and this is masculine noun. So how do you know a noun is masculine noun? It is that noun which does not have any signs from among the signs of femininity. Okay, basically it's like a negative definition. A noun which does not have any of the signs of femininity. Then the question is, what's the signs of femininity, right? Femininity. Okay. So alamat ta'ni. So this is alamat. Alamat, plural, signs of femininity. التأنيث علامات اسم مضاف إليه, construction. So signs of femininity. Okay, so this is signs of femininity. علامات التأنيث. So a noun is a masculine noun by default if it does not have these alamat of femininity. Alamat التأنيث. تأنيث is femininity. So what therefore is the ism mu'annas? Ism mu'annas is al-ismu al-mu'annas. Okay, al-mu'annas, feminine noun. Okay, basically it's a noun which has sign from among the signs of femininity. Okay, a noun which has a sign from among the signs of femininity. That is alamat al-ta'anis. Okay, so what again you say are the alamat al-ta'anis? Okay, so let's talk about this. So alamat al-ta'anis. علامات التأنيث. علامات التأنيث. What are they? The signs of femininity are of two types. Okay, are of two types. Okay, what are the two types? Okay, numero uno type is lafzi. Okay, lafzi. Okay, lafziyun. Okay, lafziyun in words. Okay, so signs of a word that might indicate it's feminine. These signs are either can be in words. It is a sign which is visible in word. Sign visible in word. That means you can look at the word and see it. Okay, visible in the word. Visible in the word. Okay. These signs are three types. Okay. So there are three types. So let's talk about three types. Type number one. Okay. Ta this renders the word ism mu'annas even if the ta appears in a masculine proper noun. The first one is the ta marbuta. Okay, okay. This makes the word feminine. That's feminine, even if in a masculine proper noun. For example, talha. Okay. For example, talhatun. Okay. Um, okay. So for example, talha. Talhatu. This is a boy's name, but it's a feminine noun. Okay. Another example is given sayyaratun. Okay, sayyaratun. That's a car. So it's a boy's name, a male name, car. So because of the star marbuta, these are both going to be feminine nouns. Okay. So I want to label these green here. Okay. So this is number one. I want to label this number one. Okay. And number two. Okay. Um, الألف مقصورة. Okay. الألف الألف المقصورة المقصورة ألف المقصورة. Okay. What's ألف مقصورة? You say that's this ألف مقصورة. Okay. ألف مقصورة renders a noun to be feminine. Okay. So for example, صغرى. Okay. صغرى. Okay. صغرى is small. So this means small. Let me write this in صغرى, different color maybe. صغرى. صغرى. This means small. Another example is hubla. Hubla. This means pregnant. We got this word before. So pregnant hubla. So alif makhsura. Okay. Alif makhsura. We'll make it. Number three. Alif mamduda. Al alifu al mamdudatu. Alif mamdudatu. Okay. And what's alif mamdudatu you say? Alif mamduda is alif followed by hamza like this. That makes a noun to be also feminine. So let's give some example. Hamra'u, 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 which is red. Okay. Bayda'u, bayda'u, which is white. So this is alif mamduda. Okay. Alif followed by hamza. So in a word has only if a word has any of these three signs, it will be al ismu muannas. Okay. So alamat tasnim are of two types. Okay, the first type is a lafzi, and which haven't gotten the second type yet. And the lafzi, in other words, in words, sign visible, which is visible in the word, uh, three times, and this comes in three types. Okay, so there are three types of lafzi. Okay, so there are three types, which are ta and alif makhsura and alif mamduda. Anytime you have alif makhsura, alif mamduda, and ta these are feminine words. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Number two, okay, alamatu ta'nis. Okay, تقديري تق تقديري. Okay, which means assumed. Okay, let's see. It is a sign which is not visible in words and is assumed to exist. Okay, okay. A sign, okay, which is not visible, not visible in the word, but assumed. Okay, let's see what that means. Assumed to exist. Assumed to exist. Okay, but it is assumed to exist. Um, for example, okay, this is determined by looking at the diminutive form, tasghir of a particular word. Okay, okay. Now, determined, okay, by um, looking at the diminutive form, tasghir, tasghir, diminutive form of a word. This reveals the original letters of the word. Okay, speak tasghir. Okay, okay, which reveals the original letters of the word. Okay, because okay, original letter of the word. Okay, for example, right? For example, you have the word arbun. This is a feminine word. Okay, this is the okay. If you make this into a diminutive, okay, okay, uraydatun, fu'ilatun, uraydatun, okay, uraydatun. Okay, so that's the diminutive form. Let me write that diminutive form in the diminutive color. Okay, so the diminutive form of this is uray. Uray, that's one. Oh, yeah, it's uray. I may keep making this mistake. Uray, it's fata. Fu'aylatun. Uray, datun. Okay, so okay, therefore it's muannas. This is the diminutive. Another example is Shamsun, which we saw before. Shamsun is sun, is also a feminine word because its diminutive form, okay, is shumaysatun. Shumay, shumaysatun. Okay, so little son, son, little son. So these are the diminutive forms. Okay, so this is the diminutive form here. Okay, so a word, if you want to know a word is feminine or not, then you look at, and it's not apparent by looking at it, then you look at its diminutive form, which is the tasghir form. Because in the diminutive form, if you remember, one of the rules was that when you're making a diminutive form, a feminine noun will show its ta marbuta. Okay, so here it is then. So, علامات التعنيس, signs of femininity. Okay, علامات التعنيس, we should write this down somewhere over here. Okay, this is signs of femininity. Femininity are of two types. Okay, okay. So the first type is lafziyun type. Okay, and the second type is taqdiriyun type, which is the assumed type. Okay. Okay, تقديري. So lafzi type means you can see in the word it's feminine. Ta marbuta, alif maqsura, alif mamduda. Any words that have this will be feminine. تقديريون, that is assumed because you can't see it in the word except in its the diminutive form, tasghir form. The word will have it ta marbuta. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so and then based on this, let's go over here now. That's based on this. Based on the signs of femininity being lafzi or taqdiriyun, ism mu'annas therefore is of two types. So here we go. So let's write down al ism mu'annas. Therefore, al ism mu'annas, mu'annasu, annasu are of two types. Okay, based on this. Al mu'annasu qiyasi, mu'annasu, al mu'annasu al qiyasi, qiyasiyun, muannasu qiyasiyun, okay, which is according to rule, okay, which means according to rule, okay. It is that feminine which has a lafzi sign of meaning. That is, okay, has a lafzi sign. That didn't right. Love, lafziyun, okay, sign, okay, according to rule. Okay, so that's the first type. So ism muannas is either al-muannas qiyasi, according to rule. Okay, that is, it has uh, a lafzi sign. Okay, or okay, or al-muannasu samai, al-muannasu samai, al-muannasu as-samai, samaiyun, samaiyu means according to the usage. Samaiyu, hearing, according to what's being heard. Okay, So this is according to usage, how they're used. So you just kind of have to. How do we know Shamsun is a feminine word? Because that's how the Arabs use it. Okay, that's that. So therefore, al-ism mu'annas are of two types. Okay, the first type is mu'annasu قياسي according to rule, that's the ta marbuta alif maqsura mawduda, and or it is going to be according to al-mu'annas sama'iyun, according to the usage. Okay, it is that feminine noun which has a taqdiriyun sign. Okay, has a taqdiriyun sign. Okay, noun which has, okay, taqdiriyun sign. Okay, so this one is easy peasy, right? This one has a lafzi sign. Those that have lafzi sign are known as muannas qiyasi, and those that have taqdiri sign are muannas uh, shamai. That's easy enough to understand. Okay, okay. Um, so in terms of that, the essence, al-ism muannas is of two types. Okay, this is another interesting concept. Okay, in terms of that, in terms of zatun, which is essence. Okay, in terms of essence, okay, اسم مؤنث, okay, الاسم المؤنث, okay, in terms of their essence, okay, I don't know what that means, but we'll find out. Okay, الاسم المؤنث is of two types. Okay, so the first type مؤنث حقيقي, مؤنث 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 حقيقي حقيقي. Okay, مؤنث. It is that feminine which has an opposite masculine. Okay, okay, it is that feminine noun. Okay, feminine noun, feminine noun, which has, which has, okay, which has opposite masculine. Okay, which has an opposite feminine noun, which is opposite masculine. Okay, for example, um, example, okay, imra'atun. Imra'atun. There's a woman, and its opposite is rajulun, man. Rajulun. So, and then like woman, man, father, mother, like that. Okay, male bird, female bird. These are like muannasu haqiqiyun. Okay, rajulun, man. Okay, imra'atun is a woman, and this is a man. So these are opposite, right? So father, mother, woman, man, a man, female bird, male bird type of thing. Okay. These are mu'annas haqiqiyun, which is a female noun which has an opposite masculine equivalent. Okay, so that's number one. And number two, we'll put that over here maybe. Okay, this is mu'annas lafziyun. It is that feminine which does not have an opposite masculine. Okay, mu'annasu lafziyun. Okay, was nafsi. In other words, it's a feminine noun, which does not necessarily have an opposite, which does not have an opposite masculine equivalent. Okay, okay. For example, zulmatun. Zulmatun, like it's not like there's nothing inherently female about zulmatun, right? In its essence, right? It's just a word that that's used as a female form. There's nothing feminine about the darkness. Zulmatun. Not it has Zulmatun does not have like the genes of a female, for example, right? Okay, there's nothing genetic about darkness that makes it feminine. That is, there's no female. I think I understand. And Ainun, spring. Okay, there's nothing feminine necessarily genetically about a spring and like a river. So this is mu'annas lafziyun. Okay, in words. Okay, mu'annas lafziyun. مؤنث حقيقي مؤنث in reality and حقيقي مؤنث in حقيقي as in reality. That's how I read this. مؤنث female in reality and مؤنث لفظي female in words only. Okay, that's how I read this. So so مؤنث حقيقي and then مؤنث لفظي, and these are the two categories of in essence type zat in essence. So mu'an as lahaqqiqin, in reality they are feminine, and these are just words that are feminine, right? Like women, imratun, women, genetic, female. Amun, a mother has genes of a female. A female bird has a genes of a female. So that's a reality female nouns. And the second mu'annas lazim in lafzim female nouns. Okay. Okay, there's some notes in here that you should go on, some extra notes. Let's make the notes. I don't know. We're gonna make the notes here. Or we can just make the notes. We'll just keep going over here where we are at. Okay. Let's keep going over here. Let's go here. Since notes, 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 notes. Some additional notes. Number 1. Okay. The following are used as feminine. Okay. Oh, it's just one thing. Okay. The following are used as feminine. The following are used as feminine. Okay, they have A, B, C, D, E, F, G. We're going to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so let's do this. Name of females, of course. Names of females. That would make sense. Number 2. Okay, let's give examples of name. Maryamu Zainabun. Maryamun Zainabun. On account that these are female names. Okay, they don't have Tamar, Mutarif, Maksur, Alif, Mamduda, etc. But if they're female names, of course they'll be female. Words denoting feminine gender. Okay, words denoting feminine gender. Okay, example, Ummun. Okay, Ummun, mother. Ukhtun, sister. Ukhtun, okay, sister. So words denoting female gender. Names of countries, cities, towns, and tribes. Okay, so this is like countries, cities, towns, and tribes. Okay, these are also feminine. Misrun, Misru. Okay, or Qurayshin, Qurayshin. That's this. Number 4, parts of body found in pairs. Body parts in pairs. Body parts in pairs. Okay. For example, uzunun, uzunun. These are ears. Okay. Yadun, which are hands. Okay, yadun. But there's exceptions to this rule. There are exceptions to this rule. Haddun, cheek. Hajibun, eyebrow. Okay, there are exceptions to body parts in pairs. There are some exceptions. Khaddun. Khaddun is a cheek. Okay, here's another example. And hajibun, eyebrows. Eyebrows. Okay, eyebrow. So these are exceptions, but body parts in pairs in general apparently are feminine. Okay, number 5, body parts in pairs. Names of various types of winds. Names. I didn't know winds had different names. Of various types of winds. Winds. Okay. Rihun. That's a type of wind. Sarsarun. These are types of winds. So, okay, names of different types of winds. Number 6, various names of Jahannams. Names of Jahannam. Hell. Names of Jahannam. Jahannamu. 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 Sakharu. Sakharu. Okay. Sakharu. Jahannam Sakharu is all feminine. And number 7, letters of alphabet. Alphabet letters are referred to in uh, are feminine. Okay. That's notes. Okay. So this is the first category of note. The following are used as feminine. We talked about 7 things, and the second note we should put over here like this. There are some words that Arabs use as feminine without regard to the presence or absence of signs of femininity. Uh, some words are used feminine without regard to uh, presence or absence of signs of femininity. Okay, For example, this is interesting actually. Um, Dalwun, okay, Dalwun, it's a bucket. This is all feminine. And Harsun, Harsun. Maybe I could write it a little neater, huh? Harsun. Okay, so this is tillage, field. Another bi'run, bi'run, which is a well. Bi'run is a well. And let's give some more example. Nafsun, nafsun, which is self. Another feminine word. Narun, narun, which is fire. Another feminine word. And then darun, which is a house. So there's no way to tell which ones are, but this is they are feminine. Dalwun bucket, Harsun field, and bi'run. Bi'run is a well. Bi'run is a well. And then nafsun self, fire, narun, and how and darun is off. So that's it for this section. And let's review before we finish what we have learned. So in this section we talked about um, um, al um, muzakkar wa muannas, masculine and feminine noun. Nouns that are masculine. Masculine nouns, a noun which does not have any other signs of femininity. So now is by default. So you're looking for signs of femininity, alamat ta'anis. So a noun does not have any other signs of alamat ta'anis and signs of femininity, then it is masculine. And al-ismu mu'annas, so a feminine noun, is a noun which has a sign from among the signs of femininity. And then you say, what are the signs of femininity? What are the alamat al-ta'nis? Okay, there are of two types. There are lafzi, that means they're seen in words, they're in the words, sign visible in the words. And these are three types: ta marbuta, alif mansura, and alif mamduda. Ta marbuta, this makes a word feminine, even if it's a masculine proper noun, like talhatu, sayyaratu. And alif mansura, which is like sughra, which is smile, and hubla, which is pregnant. Alif maqsoor is like this. Alif mamduda, which is alif followed by hamza, hamra or red, bayda or white. That all of these things make automatically a noun to be feminine. And the second type of alamat ta'nisi is taqdiriyun. That is, you cannot see it in the word, but you assume that it is there because in the diminutive form of that word, the ta marbuta appears. Okay, determined by looking at the tazkhirun, the diminutive form of that word. Like ardun is earth, its diminutive form is uraidatun, fu'ilatun. So in the diminutive form, the ta marbuta appears, and therefore we determine it is feminine. Shamsun in its diminutive form is shumaysatun, fu'ilatun, and also therefore it is a feminine noun. So علامات التعنيف, that's it. And secondly, and then what do we talk about? And then we talked about then the feminine nouns ism muannas, therefore are classified as al muannasu qiyasi, al muannas al qiyasi, according to the rule 1 2 3 tabarbuta al maqsura al famduda, or al muannasu sama'iyun, that is according to the usage. When it is not seen, when it is feminine because of taqdiri sign. Okay, those nouns that have a visible sign, المؤنث قياسي, and those do not have visible sign, المؤنث سمائي, they will have تقديري sign. Okay, and in terms of the essence, in Zat Mu'annas, then Mu'annas Haqiqiyun. That means it's a female noun which has an opposite masculine. That is, in actually has some female properties. Like Imratun, a woman has genes that tells us it's a woman that has an opposite masculine, Rajulun. And then there's Mu'annas Lafziyun. This is just a female word. It's a word that's used as feminine. It doesn't mean it's genetically feminine. Okay, and which does not have a masculine equivalent. The zulmatun is darkness, it's a feminine word, but there's nothing genetically feminine about darkness. Ainun is spring. So, in terms of the essence, is mu'annas haqiqiyun, is a feminine noun which has the opposite masculine, and mu'annas lafziyun, the female does not have an opposite masculine equivalent. Okay, so that's that. And then some notes. We talked about some notes here. In notes, yeah, it says the following are used as feminine. So in terms of notes, the first is the following are used. So names of females, Mariamun Zainabun. So names of females, okay, and words denoting feminine gender. So words denoting feminine gender, Ummun Uktun, and then countries, cities, towns, and tribes. Misrun, Quraysh are also feminine. Body parts in pairs, so the uzun, ears, yadun, hand, but there are some exceptions to this rule. Not all body parts that are in pairs are feminine. Example being khaddun, which is cheek, khaddun, which is cheek, and hajibun, which is eyebrow, hajibun, which is eyebrows. And number five, names of various types of winds are also feminine. Rihun, sarsarun, these are feminine. Names of Jahannam are also feminine. Jahannamun and Sakharu. And then alphabet letters are also feminine. Okay. Finally, some words are used feminine without regard to the presence or absence of signs of femininity. Dalwun, for example, bucket, harsun, tillage, field, and bi'urun is a well, nafsun, self, narun, fire, and darun, house. These are all feminine nouns, which just the way it is. You just have to know them. Inshallah, we'll go on to the next section next time. Salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah walhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum.